Hello, my dears. So today I have for you part 1 of part 2-ish videos. The reason I'm saying that is because I think that this video can go ahead of many other videos that I probably will be doing in the future if this is successful. I'm going to show to you today my kind of go-to look when it comes to performance. This look I believe it can be just kind of adapted to anything. Like, I think it's very versatile. I think it can work for many different styles of dance. So that is why I'm throwing this out there. I use this look because it makes your eye shape really nice and dramatic. And it can be as heavy or as light as you want it to be, depending on the venue, how close your audience is, the style that you're doing, and just how you're feeling that day as well. This look is also the look that I go for when I am layering a character over it, so to speak. So, yeah. This is the base. So I'm using BB cream. This is Maybelline BB cream. This is probably a really bad technique, but I just go over it on my face like this, and I just squeeze a little, bloop, 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 like that. And I take like a blending foundation brush. It is a little dirty. I usually kind of go in some circular motions, get under my chin, under the eyes, try to get it under my chin and neck, jawline, you know, all that jazz, so that you don't look like from the 1990s. Using this concealer, it's again Maybelline New York. I think I like this brand because it's cheap. I'm gonna go in, I kind of do the same thing. It's probably a really bad technique. I'm gonna go in a little bit under my under eye. Under my under eye. I go in like right here because I get red there, and then a little bit here, here, and here. And then I also have a little blemish right there, which actually isn't a blemish. It's a cat scratch. And then I'll either use, like, you know, the dabbing motion of my finger. Maybe it's better for you to see. Ooh, wait, hold on. Ooh, oh no. Ah! I said I'm gonna do this. Bear with me. Okay, got that in there, a little bit on my nosy. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of powder. I'm using NYX Professional Makeup HD Finishing Powder, and it's mineral based, and I don't even know, oh, it's in Banana. Eco Tools powder brush. And I'm just gonna give my face a nice set. Yeah, get under there, everything. All right, looking good, more even in the hood. Sometimes I'll use some highlight depending on what I'm gonna be doing. Highlight definitely I will use if I'm going to be doing more of a traditional look, so something that I'm going to be doing rock sharky to. In place of a highlight, sometimes I'll do a highlight for more fusion, but I'll also use glitter, and I'll like pack on glitter. So sometimes like using a little bit of highlight here and then packing on glitter is a great go-to. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to be putting a beard on. So okay, so next thing I'm going to go in with, this is going to be kind of strange. Most people are going to go straight for your eyeshadows, right? But I have pretty naturally long eyelashes, and yeah, but the problem with them is they're so straight and they just go. And so the thing I end up doing first with my makeup is my mascara, because I feel like I'm constantly having to curl, apply, curl, apply, curl, apply. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Eyelash curler, Big lighter, flame, this motion, rocking back and forth. You want to be careful when you're doing this because you can burn yourself. So don't like be there like, we're not like heating up heroin here, you know? That was probably really inappropriate, but you know, sorry. People have asked me before on secrets to my eyelashes, and I'm always like, I don't know. That's definitely one of them. I love doing that. It's so old school, which makes me love it even more. I do add quite a lot of mascara. I'm using Falsies by another Maybelline. I don't know why I have a, it must be cheap or something. That must be why I get it, because like, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm using Falsies by Maybelline New York, Volume Express, and I use like the darkest, I think it's called Blackest Black or something like that. So I use the very darkest color that you can get, because it's important, because you really want dramatic eyelashes when you're doing, like, so don't use a brown. Even if you're blonde, use freaking black, because you really want like super dramatic eyes. You want eyes that are, you're gonna see from a really big distance, right? I always use the tip of my mascara wand, and I kind of go like this little side to side sweeping motion. I even tilt my head slightly, if you can see. And so I'm like, it's very gentle and it's not hard. Like, you really want to be gentle, like light with your hand motion. And look at that difference already compared to these two, right? So you can see like it gives a pretty dramatic effect. We're not going for natural here. Then we're gonna go in with the top lashes. I'm gonna do kind of the same technique where this is gonna create layers. I found that this worked really well for me because of the heaviness of the mascara. So I'm gonna actually go in with that same kind of technique, sweeping motion, and go side to side on the tips of my lashes. So I'm not trying to get to the base of my lashes, just kind of the tips. And that's gonna create more product on the outer part of your eyelashes, so it's gonna make it look more bold, right? So instead of like trying to taper it off, you wanna get a lot of product on there. And then you go in and you kind of even it out. And I do use that little kind of going swivel and go and pull up. And again, very light-handed. You don't wanna go heavy-handed with this. And yeah, and you just kind of try to clean up and get your lashes to be as separated as possible. Another old school thing that I like to do is if I do have clumps happening, I will totally go in with a frickin' safety pin and clean it up. You know what? These old school tips are fucking good tips. Why do you think they've been around for so long? Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of leave my eyelashes where they are right now. I'm gonna put more mascara on later on, yeah. And this is gonna continue with that dramaticness, but I want the product to dry on my eyelashes first before I keep going, because I don't want my eyelashes to start drooping. All right, so now I'm gonna actually go in with another weird thing. I'm gonna go in with my top eyeliner. And the reason I do this is because sometimes I would have my kind of daily makeup on, and then, which would always help. So if you have like a daily go-to makeup, it's always nice to have that on before you're going to a gig, right? But we're not necessarily gonna do that. But this is just what I found from doing that really works well. So for this look, this is kind of gonna be a base to create a shape. So tip when putting on eyeliner, always start in the middle and work your way out. So starting at the middle, and then I'm gonna go out and kind of go up towards where your eyebrow ends. And that's a good place to know where to end with your tail of your eyeliner. Okay, so I can just keep it there for now, but this is going to be your kind of place to end your tail with your shadows. So this look is quite, I like this look because, yeah, it's versatile in a way that you can use the same technique, but just change up the colors. So I always recommend that you have a few different color palettes in your makeup collection. I have MAC Semi-Sweet ×9. So it has blacks, it has browns, it has nudes, and this is a great palette when you have your kind of base colors. Then you want to have something with bright colors. And I have this NYX Professional Makeup Ultimate Shadow Palette. Just has a whole bunch of different rainbowy colors, right? So this honestly was not very expensive and I really like it. So always have, that's always something good to have in your gig makeup collection, is having something that's gonna have black, brown, nudes, those kind of more base natural tones, and then having something that has bright colors. And you can use these colors for so many different things, especially with theatrical stuff. So it's very nice to have. So I'm gonna use my favorite kind of go-tos. So I really love yellow and orange mixing. I also recommend having a gold color. I'm taking just like this big fluffy shadow brush, and this is just a shadow brush by Sephora. It's called Base Shadow. And so I'm just gonna kind of mix these two colors together, tap it off, and then go in with a little bit of a sweeping motion just to cover your lid, right? And you can go with really any colors you want. So if you're going for like more of a like 60s look, do something dramatic, like a blue or a purple, you know, for like those kind of more vintage 70s. So yeah, going in with just like my base color of this kind of orange yellow, which I have been so into lately. That's the base color, right? The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create this kind of smoked out S shape. So it's gonna be, I guess a cat eye is what you would call it. So I'm gonna use an angled brush. So I just have this like, you know, just angled liner brush. Again, it's from Sephora. I'm gonna use black. I'm gonna just go straight for black because we're going for dramatic. And I'm just gonna get a little bit on the tip of the liner brush, tap it off a little bit, and I'm gonna go in where like the crease of your lid is. That's where I'm gonna start it, and I'm gonna sweep this little line from there over to the tip of my eyeliner, right? So it's just gonna be kind of a line, and then you just kind of flare it out. So this is almost like a 60s look, right? So that creates the base, right? So that's gonna help with blending. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna blend. So I'm taking this smudge brush. So it's a little bit smaller than that like kind of shadow brush. I'm actually gonna go in with a different color this time. I'm gonna go in with more of a shimmery color. And this can be, again, this can be a different shape. I definitely recommend you do something lighter on the lid. I often will go for a brown too if I want something a little bit more natural looking. Gold. Gold is really my go-to because it just matches so much. So I'm gonna go in with a shimmery dark tone. And this one, it's like almost a shimmery gray. And I might darken it up just depending on how it looks with more of that MAC carbon. This one is called That's So Betty eyeshadow, Up Past Midnight. So I'm gonna get some on my smudge brush, and I try to go in, like dab in on both sides, and then I just tap off the excess so that it's not falling around everywhere. And then I'm gonna just do, again, find my natural kind of crease and go in with that like sweeping motion. And I start in the center and I just kind of blend out. And I just start to create my shape here. And I'll sometimes use my finger. Then I come in from the corner and I kind of work my way up. And then I'm just gonna get more product and then just continue to layer on this product. I also will just like pull it down. So I'll take my brush and I'll lay it on top and then I'll pull it down like so that it blends in with the other color. I'm also gonna use this on my bottom lash line, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. So taking that same smudge brush, I'm just gonna tap to get like the tip of that smudge brush and then lift up the eye and go under the lashes just a little bit. And I don't go all the way to my corner. I try to stay in towards like right where my eyelashes, like the majority of them naturally end. So I am gonna go ahead and go in with a little bit more of that carbon color to blend out. Because like I said, I want a little bit more of a dramatic look for this. So I'm gonna go in, find that crease, and really just kind of think about staying in the crease. And then I will just take my finger and kind of blend out a little bit the top so that it looks flawless. I don't know. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with my my eyebrows. I actually do this normally earlier, but I for some reason forgot. I'm taking this MAC pigment in Pink Opal, and I'm gonna use this as a lid highlight and as well as an inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna use this flat shadow brush. Take this brush and just kind of go underneath the eyebrow and right on top of the shadow work I just did. I typically like to do this part before I put my shadow on because I like to blend my shadow into it, the highlight, rather than blending the highlight into the shadow. But it kind of works either way, honestly. This precision smudge brush go into my inner corners of where my like tear duct is, and I just kind of pat it on there. And this is going to open up and brighten up your eyes a little bit more. And now we're gonna go in the actual brow itself. So I love this. I think it's like worn off, but I think this is an Anastasia brow brush. So it has an angled brush at one end and then it has a spoolie at the other. And then I'm just gonna brush out my eyebrows so that they're nice and even. And then I'm gonna go back in with that base color palette by MAC that I have, the Semi-Sweet Times 9. And I'm gonna go in with, as you can see, it's like hardly there. I like to use a really dark shadow on my eyebrows. Don't feel like you're gonna, like, I've even used straight black on my eyebrows. And remember, this is not a date night look. This is for performance. Very dark, like espresso kind of brown. And I'm gonna get that on the tip of my angled brush. And I always start right where my like corner V, I don't know what the heck you would call it. I always start right there at like that little corner, and then I'm gonna bring it down and kind of like painting motions, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna go in and just start kind of at the middle part of my eyebrow and then brush it along the end and then work my way up and then just kind of blend out. And I even kind of use that angle brush to lift. So we want to go for a dramatic eyebrow because we're supposed to show expression when we're dancing. And you can't do that with no eyebrows, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that the other eyebrow so you can see the difference. Holy mackerel, right? Such a difference. Then I'll take my spoolie one last time and kind of brush through it so that it's a little bit more natural looking, because you don't want to look like you just drew your freaking eyebrows on. And again, I like to do that before I do my eyeshadow, because now that I'm looking at my eyes, I'm like, damn, my eyes are way too light. So, excuse me while I add more black. We're getting close there. We're getting real close. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with eyeliner, and I'm gonna add some fun little liner doodads. So first things first, I'm gonna reline my eye. As you can see, that like kind of end cat eye kind of got a little bit blended out, which is okay with me. It was just there to help create the shape. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna reline my entire lid, and I'm going to get a little bit in that inner corner. Painting motions. Much darker, much better. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create another line right here. I try to keep my tips the same length and distance. So I start there first, and I'm gonna go up to my eyelash line, and then I'm gonna go underneath my entire line and find and meet that line. So okay, that's done. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put on fake eyelashes, and these eyelashes sponsor, just kidding, not sponsored. They're this kind that I get from Sirena. So these are from Shannon. All right, so what I do is I have glue on, and then I lay it down. So you wanna just kind of lay it down. I start with the top inner corner, and then you just lay it down, and then you're just gonna kind of press it into your eyelash. And then really focus on getting your corners first, and then you can pull a little bit. And then you just take it lightly with a little pinching method and push it slightly into your eyelash line so they kind of mold. Bam, look how like crazy different that makes, right? Such a huge difference. Again, that's what we're going for. I'm gonna do the other side. Woo-hoo. That's pretty much it. I usually will go in and add a lip, but I'm gonna be putting a beard on, so you know what, I'm just gonna add a lip anyways, since this is supposed to be part 1 of 2. So what I'm saying when I'm saying that this is like kind of my go-to look is that you can use this look, right? I use all that same method. I have my base kind of shadow color, right? Any color that you want. So it can be crazy blue. I've done blues, purples, pinks. Like if I'm doing a Yoda look, I'm gonna be doing green, you know? And then you have your dark S-curve smoke. And I want to make my character look belly dancer and its character. So this I always go for. When I was the Tin Man, I had this look, and then I added on all the different elements that were more theatrical, like the face makeup that was silver, and then, you know, adding on, you know, just drawing on the like little tin looks, you know, like my nose. And the Hermit, for example, I'm gonna keep this look so that I still look like a belly dancer. I don't wanna look straight up like a hermit. I wanna look like a belly dancing hermit. I'm gonna do this look, and then I'm gonna add on some different elements that's gonna make it look like a belly dancing hermit. Think of this as like your kind of base, right? So you always get your belly dance-ish. You belly dancify yourself first, and then you're gonna add and layer on your character. When I was first learning how to do stage makeup, one of my friends, I don't even remember who, but they told me that I want to look like a baby hooker in person in order to look normal on stage. And I was like, what the heck? And basically meaning like you want to, like, you know, super bold blush, super crazy dark eyebrows, super bold dark lip, even, you know, out of the line if you have small lips like I do. You know, big dramatic look. And on stage, you're gonna look normal. You're gonna look very, almost, if you don't put enough makeup on, you're gonna look super fleshed out. You're not gonna see your expressions. But when you're in person, you're gonna look crazy. You're gonna look really crazy. And that is part of it. That's part of it. So I always like, I don't know what baby hooker that means, but baby hooker is always stuck in my head. And I still don't remember who told me this, but yeah, it's stuck in my head because that's kind of the goal you wanna go with, right? So, yeah, there's that. And then if I were to put some glitter on as a shimmer, highlighter that I have that I like is by Nomad, and it's called Kiss of Sun highlighter. And this little guy, just take a little bit of that. Apples of the cheeks and just kind of softly blend. A little bit on the nosy. Here, chin, top of the cupid's bow. And then what I'll go through, I actually got this at the herb store if you're from Albuquerque in Nob Hill. It's just a little, I don't even know what brand because it's all like off, but it's a little roll-on glitter. And I'll just kind of roll some on there. This is something I learned doing burlesque and sharing dressing rooms with drag queens, and they have the tricks and tips. They have it. So you take your brush, you take some hairspray, and you're gonna spray a little bit on your brush. Dip your brush in your glitter. Shake a little off, and then you're gonna go in and press your glitter onto your lid. This is why I like to use gold. Woo! So I'm gonna go do that for the other side because I want to be even. Okay, so when you're doing this, you don't want to get it on your eyeliner and you don't want to get it on the dark shadowed part of your eyeshadow. You want to just do it on where your color is. And then with the, because I got a lot of glitter, with the excess, just go onto your lid. I like to do just like a little middle section like that. And on stage, it looks beautiful. It looks really pretty because it really just shines with the light. And same with all of this. That's why I love glitter. So this is like, honestly, this is one of my favorite looks. This is super go-to for me. Now I'm going to put it to other characters. I transform into the Hermit. So I'm gonna be doing something that I learned in theatrical makeup. We're gonna basically make ourselves look older. You're going to basically use your natural wrinkles and exaggerate them. No, that's the last thing we want to do. Oh my gosh, we all just want to be beautiful. Well, suck it up. So I'm going to take this flat angled eyeliner brush, and I'm going to take a probably more like, I would suggest doing a dark brown or a gray first, starting with. So I'm going to actually take my eyebrows and make myself look very concerned. And do you see those creases? I'm going to fill those in with eyeshadow. Just gonna go in. Don't wanna go too heavy. And just keep, just kind of brushing on the color of your natural lines. weird, right? Okay. So now that I have that, I'm going to lift my eyebrows and try to look and find all those fine lines that go. And if you're having a hard time, like if you're just like, you can't make any wrinkles because you've had such a good life, you're just gonna have to like kind of fake it. So again, I'm just gonna go along my Banshee. Why are you coming in here and growling? The cats really don't want me to become a hermit or something. Okay, so yeah, this looks ridiculous right now, right? So I'm not really gonna worry too much about my mouth area. So it's gonna look kind of funky with just this look on. I'm gonna worry more about my eyes and up here because I'm gonna have a beard on. You're not gonna really see what's going on down here, so it doesn't really matter. This is also a great mask look. I don't know what, hey, you guys were sleeping so beautifully earlier. Could you please go back to that? She just is not happy having another cat in the house, so that's what I hear all the time. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my actual liner. So I'm gonna take eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. These pens are really nice. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take my look, and I'm gonna just kinda draw and fill in. And you wanna go with some subtle swipes, right? You don't wanna like cake it on. I'm going to create bushy, big old man eyebrows. So I usually start at the corners of my eyebrows and then I just kind of taper out with like some even strokes. So kind of starting in the middle, nice soft, and just kind of go up and out, trying to create little hairs, right? And then kind of sweeping down with the eyebrow. Blends in a little bit with your wrinkles. Okay, there we go. So we've got our tapered out, bushy ass eyebrows, right? Look at this bitch. What the heck? Help me. I just want to do a makeup tutorial. The next thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of like soot. You can add some under eyes, so let's add some dark circles and let's add a little bit of like dirt on our face. So I'm going to just use my finger for this part. So I'm gonna just take my finger and I'm gonna find like, I might use like a combination of all three of these, but I'm mostly gonna use this one. And just lightly rub your finger in it. And we're just gonna kind of add just random little dirt spots. You can even come up here. And you just want to make sure that you blend it out enough to where it doesn't look like a fingerprint. Maybe I'll add some on my nose, under here. Okay, and then you can also add some dirt onto your chest, and when you're in your full costume, maybe even on your belly. And now we're gonna create a little bit of dark circles underneath our eyes. So we're really going for, again, glamour and just not looking good. So I'm gonna take a combination of red, purple, and blue. And you can even add a little bit of yellow sometimes if you want that. So I'm gonna take a flat, soft shadow brush. So this is a really soft bristle shadow brush. Okay, so I'm gonna take this kind of deep red color, tap off, and then I'm gonna go underneath. From the corner here is really where it's important. And go underneath. And blend. Blend, 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 blend. Again. Patting and blending. Corner underneath. Looking really good, huh? So from there, I don't want it to be red, so I'm going to take a little bit of blue and purple. So I'm gonna use this purple and this blue. I would have used this red, but I think it's too bright, so I wanted to use that little bit of darker red. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that blue, kind of go underneath, a little more. Underneath, so it's already starting to create that purple look, right? This also is a great look for bruises. Now I'm gonna go with that deep purple. When you're doing dark circles and bruises and stuff like that, doing layers is really, really key, and that's what's gonna make it look more natural, like a real bruise. But we're not going necessarily for super real, right? We're going for theatrical. Now I'm gonna take that same brown that I was using for my soot, and I'm just gonna pat it on top, because that's gonna kind of even out those colors. And then you can take your fingers and kind of blend it out a little bit so that it doesn't have such a harsh edge. And it's okay if it's messy. Yeah. Okay, so see how that kind of creates like that under dark eye look? You have your soots, your dirt from working in your cave all day. You have your wrinkles from being really stressed out and like sun damaged or something, you know, because you don't have SPF 15 out there. And then you have your bushy man brows. And that is kind of like a good basic transforming into looking like a glamorous, beautiful dancer, but also a shabby hermit. And then the last elements you do is you're gonna add your beard. So, 1 second. All right, move this here chair out of the way so I can give you a nice look. Here is the completed look. Hello, Wanda. She lights up my life. So what I have going on here, I just opted for a regular gray wig that I have, and it was already in little buns, and I thought it was kind of cute because it kind of, again, off balances, you know, makes you kind of a cute hermit. And then I got the big old hermit beard. You cannot see my face, which is kind of funny. And then I just had this plaid shirt, tied it, boom, and some jeggings. These are jeggings that my best girl Sadie got for me from Mexico, and they're so comfortable, and you can really dance in them. If you just have regular jeans, that should be fine too, or whatever you got, you know. Think also browns, you know, leggings of any sorts, whatever you kind of got. Hermit time. Can we do the booty squeezes? All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Happy hermiting and happy dancing. Remember to use your eyes and big expressions, really big expressions. All right, you guys, hope you have a wonderful day. Here I am, Lorena Burrito, signing off. See y'all on the flip side.